Hey guys, it's me again. It's VW. I'm just making a short video. I just wanted to show y'all what this guy did last night. I walked out my yard and I stepped into like 2 feet of water. They flooded my yard, and look, this is my yard in the back. This is their house. This is my yard in the back, and they flooded my yard so bad that it's coming out. I hope y'all can see this. I hope I'm getting this. It flooded out into the street. They just kept their water running in the back. Like his truck, it was like a Tuesday night, and he didn't bring his truck home all night. He can just say he was on a business trip or something like that. That's what these guys do. And he was raining down microwave radiation into my house all night. And I want to show you in the back, like how much they flooded it. Like I walked out there because we're playing this game where he's moving the remote station, and it's staying in his house. Like I thought he was moving it to other houses, but it's staying in his house at least. But we're playing this game where he's moving it into the back of the house, and then I kind of put my emitters, like I point them one way, and then he's moving them to the front of the house, you know. So I'm playing a little bit of a game. Like he and, well, I'm not sure if his wife is home, but he is home right now shooting microwaves at me, and his truck is not in his driveway. That's how he does things. So I can't get help. It's like, oh, he's not even home, you know. The cops would say he's not even home. Check this out. Can y'all see this? What does the camera get? I want the camera to get right there. They flooded my yard. Flooded part of their yard too, but it kind of slopes downhill. You see all this? And I put the corrugated steel up. And he goes from putting, I don't know if you can see this right. He goes from putting the stuff in the back of his house to the front of his house. He flooded my yard completely. It is just like it's a swamp. Like half my yard is a swamp. It wasn't like a sprinkler or anything. It was just their water in the back, and they kept it on all night to do this. I don't know what that does. I mean, it does screw up my yard, I guess. It's property damage, you know. I hope y'all can see that, because I don't know, the camera's like pointed, it's where it's pointing at my face. Didn't sleep all night, you know. I didn't get hit that bad because I moved my emitters kind of over to where, because he was doing it from the front of his house, or either his garage, but it was over this way. And so I pointed my emitters I put them all kind of to this side. So I got some rest. Still pretty tired. It's just a tiring thing, as y'all know. They flooded my yard. They just flooded it. Flooded part of their yard too. It's just stuff like this, like all the time. I think he probably moved all the stuff to the back, maybe. I don't know. I'm gonna keep it in the front until I start really feeling it. I feel a little bit of a burn, but not much. Also, cool stuff. Like I got this Netflix or Redbox thing on my TV. And I'm just like going through watching old movies and stuff, because I really don't have anything else to do while I guess fend myself off from these attacks. Like I want to write, but I don't know. It's like your focus is off, and so it's like I try and just watch movies to keep my focus on something else, you know. And then I'm gonna try and do other stuff. But I was watching The Running Man, and anybody who is going through this targeted individual stuff, watch that movie. If you haven't seen it before, or even if you've seen it, watch it again, because it takes place in 2017. It's a police state. They're rounding up all these people they say are criminals. They lie about them. And then the people that they put them in the game show, it's like a game show. I mean, most of you people probably know about Running Man, Arnold Schwarzenegger. And they put them in this game show where the people stalk them. Like they call the people who are going to kill them stalkers. They call them stalkers. So it's just funny. I mean, a lot of this stuff is kind of just like, you know, this guy wrote the book in 1970 or 1980, and a lot of it's like right on the money. That kind of stuff could happen. And they mentioned, you know, how they do it. They do the game show where people die, so people won't, you know, protest. They won't protest. They won't protest because they don't have food. They don't have money. And it's like I kind of think about it, and there's probably a lot of reasons for this gang stalking stuff and the microwave weapons shooting at people. But that probably is the big reason. You know, they're getting us to fight with each other. You know, they get this guy, this ex-military guy, to rile up a whole neighborhood so they can kill one person in their house. And it keeps people from thinking. It keeps people from thinking and getting together and being like, well, we may need to protest, or we may need to, you know, because the economy's bad and stuff like that. So it's like a form of control for a population. And just kind of thinking about that, you know, it's probably for a lot of reasons, and that's just a little theory. But watch, if you've never seen it and you're getting gang stalked, watch it. It's a trip. It's a trip. Like you'll laugh. You'll laugh. It's like, you know, one of the lines is like, oh, in The Running Man, you can get lots of prizes, like a trial by jury, because they just like get criminals. They just say people are criminals and kill them off, you know. And that's it's kind of like this. I mean, this guy is all night again. My yard is completely flooded. I think he just had his faucet in the back running all night. His hose. He knows. I mean, he knew about this, and his truck's not there. His truck wasn't there all last night, and I go, come home. I'll walk to your door, and I want to talk to you man to man. And so obviously he didn't drive his truck back home last night. He always thinks he like almost has me or something, but he never does. It's just starting to rain. It didn't rain at all last night. It hasn't rained in a couple of days, and that's so. I mean, look at the flooding. And it's like he's either in the back of the house, he moves the shit to the back of the house, or the front of the house. And I've got my emitters. Y'all have seen my emitters in those rooms. It's like I kind of just want to put them straight across, but it does if I point them to where he's emitting the microwaves, like the remote ELF. If I point it towards it, it knocks it out a lot better. Because the plates, when they're pointing towards whatever they're trying to neutralize, like whatever microwaves they're trying to neutralize, they're more effective. And they are effective. I mean, he still gets me. But dude, my brain, like I feel burning on the side of my head sometimes. Like if I didn't have those neutralizers and he had this much microwave stuff hitting me, like it would feel like my genitals were caving in. It would feel like my head, like I wouldn't even be able to think. I wouldn't be able to even talk. It would hurt me so bad. And that's what he wants. I mean, and he won't even face me, microwave me for 2.5 years. I mean, he won't even face me and talk to me, and I'm going to say to his face, I'm going to call him a murderer to his face, you know. I've told him that. If I see him outside, I'm going to call him a murderer to his face. It would help him. It would help him. He gets to say I'm crazy or whatever. I don't care. Like, I can't get the police to help me. I'm still going to call the FBI a little bit. Rain's dropping on my camera. But, it's insane. It is insane, like running, like they lie about you. Like this guy's just like, he's crazy, we can kill him. And then they get kids. Like I saw a kid this morning, my dog started barking, and I saw this kid like in all red clothes, and he was like walking around my car, and he was like, he looked like he had just been scared by a dog. And so they're getting kids to like fuck with my car. They get kids involved in this. Like the lady who lives next to him, she like gladly gets her kids, and I think they try and do stuff like look like they're on the phone or do stuff like weird stuff, but I'm not gonna acknowledge that. I'm not gonna acknowledge any kids' involvement in this. Nor am I gonna go over to this guy's house when his truck's not there and let him throw his wife in front of me and her have to lie because she's actually a good person. And that's what he wants to do. He wants to just throw everybody into this. Look at this. I mean, it's like this is not rain. This is somebody just kept their faucet on all night long. It's just flooded out to the street. Maybe he has another reason why he's doing this besides just doing it. I don't know. Maybe it'll cause me trouble or something like that. I don't know. It'll do something to my yard. Just property damage to me. I mean, I put this here because, like, when he has the stuff in the back, you know, maybe I should just put those all the way across. But it really doesn't matter because I got aluminum on the house. I mean, they don't hit me from the ground. They just hit me remotely. That's why, like, maybe we should all call the FBI. If you're getting hit by remote neural monitoring or by a remote microwave station, maybe call the FBI and be like, hey, these guys are hitting me on the ground and they're hitting me with a remote, you know, a remote ELF and EMF station, and just say, I'll take the stuff on the ground, you know, I'll defend that, but if you guys could shut off his link to the satellite, to that remote satellite, y'all could really help me out and say, you don't even have to answer me. If you guys can do it and help me, that's fine. Let's all do that. Just try it. Call the FBI and be like, if you're being hit remotely, say, you know, they're hitting me on the ground, whatever, but if you can stop his uplink to that satellite. I'm sure they could. I'm sure the FBI can, you know, because I've seen their helicopters flying over. They're doing their investigation, and they're good guys. I'm sure they're really good authority figures involved, but it's like, it's hard to do anything. It's hard to do anything that's like certified and you know, anything that like the law coming in and really getting to know what's going on. You know, that's what this is all about. It's like subversion and lying. This guy's got some powerful ELF microwaves. His EMF is completely stopped. I'll hear him trying to turn it up. Like if I put the emitters like turned the wrong way or something and he has it in the right place, he can kind of get the EMF going for a little while. And I mean, I know it's his house. I know it's him, you know, because I'm putting all my stuff right against the wall and it's affecting what he's doing. You know, so it's proven to me. You know, he could just say I'm not doing it. Everybody else would think I'd look crazy. But I do. I want to face-to-face with him. I want to call him a murderer, and he's murdering me. So it's a serious terrorist kind of thing. He's a terrorist. Like, this isn't recognized by the law or anything like that. That's why, it's so funny in The Running Man, like all the stalkers, you know, they just kill people. And it's not based on the law or anything, because it's just like their new law. And it's 2017, and it's like this is happening to real people. Like, we're kind of entertainment for the neighborhood. They kill us and they shoot us with microwaves. Some people just think it's psychological. Some people know about the microwaves. And it's like, I could imagine in 4 years, you know, this being a game show. People people are like, when the running men would get killed, they're cheering. They're like, yeah, kill him. And that's what I'll hear some of the people saying, you know, in the microwave here. And they're like, kill him, yeah, kill him. But then when a stalker gets killed, they're all like, oh, it's bad. You know, because it's not planned. It's planned that the guy being stalked's going to get killed, so they're all going along with that. And that's kind of like us. We're not supposed to be free. We're not supposed to get free of this or help ourselves or help others to defeat this. They're supposed to kill us or make us insane or whatever. So it's like they're cheering while that's happening, but if we get the upper hand or anything, it's just like all hell breaks loose. It's like, oh, no, he's crazy. We got to keep going, keep doing this, you know. It's all... But watch that movie. Like, if you want to get a trip, like, it's and it takes place in 2017. This author that wrote it in like the late 1970s, probably like 1978 or something. I might go read the book because it's probably more in depth. That's what, and like, I'm a writer too. Ooh, I got a wasp on my window. But I'm a writer too, and like, it seems like writers can sometimes tap into long-term thinking. Like, they'll see trends, and this guy probably saw, like, trends, like what was going to happen in our society, and he's way off. I mean, it's very extreme. Like, I mean, there's some parallels to my situation, but it's like an extreme version of gang stalking. But I could imagine it in a couple of years, people as entertainment, you know, with UFC fighting, and, like, you know, going back to the gladiatorial game styles, people are being chased in the streets and stuff. Like, I could imagine people going to that, because the people who are involved in this, my gang stalking, and like my microwave abuse or torture or whatever you want to call it, they don't care. They're cheering, they don't know me, and they're like, kill him. And it's like that movie. They don't know the people, but it's a game show, and they're running around, and it's like, kill him. You know, kill him. And they don't know him. They don't know him at all. That's a lot of these people, they don't know me. They've like surveilled me in my house, and they're like, kill him, who cares, he's crazy. And they don't know one thing about me. I can't believe they flooded my yard. That's like, I was walking out here. So I just walk out because I can hear the microwave hearing. But what they do, and I hear it like coming from their house. Like I hear it from away. I don't hear it in my head. Which is another thing that I've never really heard it in my head, I guess. I guess when it was really heavy, you know, it kind of did overtake, you know, whatever sounds I was focused on. But I try and kind of listen to where it's coming from, because it does come from the ground some too. I mean, and what I mean by ground, I mean it comes from a grounded place. They're not remotely doing it. They're they're shooting it out of the house. But what they can do with the microwave hearing, they can make it, you know, sound like it's coming from the other way. If they do it remotely, they can make it sound like it's coming from the other way, or they can make it sound like it's coming from the back of his house when he's in the front of the house. I mean, they can do a lot of stuff with this, because if they're hitting you from a remote place, and then it makes it sound like it's coming from this way over here, he could be in his garage doing it, you know. I think he does stuff like that. This stuff can trick you really good. And that's why we all look crazy. I'm at the point where I'm kind of just like, I'm gonna go head first into it. Today I've got a Social Security psychologist looking at me to see if I'm crazy enough to get Social Security, and like I've got a job opportunity, and that I'm just gonna kind of see which one works. Like I'm just trying to survive. I've got food stamps, you know. I could work, like if this guy wasn't shooting microwaves at me. But the whole deal is, I tell this guy the truth. I just tell this Social Security psychologist the truth of what's going on. Stamp of approval. You're crazy. You can get Social Security. So all I gotta do is go in there and be like, well, I have Crohn's disease. I'm a little bit depressed, and my neighbors are trying to kill me with microwaves. Stamp of approval. You get Social Security. And I'm not like happy about that. I'm not laughing about it, but I'm laughing at our society. How it's like, I just have to tell the truth about what's really happening to me, and people are like, "Bunk, you're crazy." And that's what that guy who said there are 450,000 cases, you know, in America that are reported, but they're also it's confused because they get reported and put under mental illness status, you know. So these guys really are subverting society. It's a mutiny of our country, you know. This guy's ex-military too. Like that's kind of scary in my situation, because I think the heat would be a lot less on me if this guy wasn't ex-military. Like if I was just like, this is a regular guy, blah 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 blah, I don't think they would be that worried about it. I don't think they'd be that worried about me doing the videos and stuff. But there's been response. The car lights have slowed down. I think he does the big, I've almost got him, and then he gets people involved. But then after a while, they're like, he's not leaving his house, and you know, they stop. They kind of go away from him. I don't know how it works. I know it's by probably an IM network and some organization stuff. It's so weird. You know, it's been going on for so long for me, and I'm looking back, and I've done videos. I'm going to go inside. But I want to do a lot of videos outside so my neighbors will hear me talking about it. Because it's just so far into it. There's nothing, I mean, I can't, like, you know, try and save face or act like it's not happening or just live a normal life. I got to kind of go with it. I kind of fight it and try and, you know, get away from it and live a normal life. But I'm going to fight it too. But what was I saying? I don't remember what I was saying. Oh yeah, I'm looking back. I'm always fixing my hair with this video because I see myself. I'm looking back a lot, and I don't know when this started. I'm starting to creep myself out because, like, I started having jaw issues and back of the head issues and like face, like eye issues, like that doctors didn't know what was going on, like in 2005, really. Like, I mean, or maybe even before that. And I saw one video, and I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna put the link up. I'm gonna find it again. He only made 3 videos, but I'm gonna find the link up. You know, and put it up on my site, because he was talking about a lot of stuff like right when he was born, and how, you know, and I don't think my gang stalking goes back to when I was born, but I just had a lot of similarities to him. And he was talking about TMJ and stuff, and it's like, I don't know how far back this goes with me, how far back people were like surveilling me, like, cause you know, maybe, I don't know what, like, I probably shouldn't think about that. I should just kind of go forward, but I really do think it might have started in that other state, at least in 2008, maybe before that, like when I was at college, like as early as 2003. I'm gonna try just not to. I mean, I'll go back myself, but I may talk about it, but you know, I'm just gonna focus on right here and right now. Yeah, watch Running Man. It's a trip. It's a trip. Like, it's really, it was written in like 1970, like the late 1970s, and it's talking about a police state, and they lie about people. You know, and they're telling this guy to shoot, you know, innocent people, and he's like, I'm not going to kill innocent people, and then they go against him. You know, it's funny. Well, it's not funny, but, you know, it's entertaining, especially, like, for somebody in our situation. You know, it's kind of it is a trip. It's a trip to watch, because you'll be like, dude, you're like, that's like happening in our country. But it's pretty serious for me. I know these people, like the one lady who's helping him, she's like, fuck this guy, fuck him, who does he think he is? And I don't even know her, and she's been trying to kill me for like 2 years with microwaves, you know, and she's like, fuck him. You know, I guess they have to do that. They have to, like, just act like I'm a nobody and I can be killed, because they've gone so far, you know. And like Arnold Schwarzenegger in the movies, like a lot of times he's like, I'm not going to kill an innocent, I'm not going to kill a defenseless person. He doesn't say innocent person. He says, I'm not going to kill a defenseless person. And my mom also said that the other day. She was like, I have one rule. And she was kind of drunk. It was like after work, and she was done with work, and she had a couple of drinks, and she was like, I only have one rule. I have one rule. Don't kick somebody when they're down. That's my rule, you know. And I was like, yeah. And she's a great lady. She's helped a lot of people. And it's like, these people, this whole thing is about killing people when they're down. It's about finding people when they're down or marginalized and killing them, and then making them a burden on the state, and then kicking the state when it's down, and then causing trouble and trouble and trouble again, and treachery, sabotaging, you know, people's cars, and breaking into their houses and raping women. 70% of the victims are women. It's evil stuff, and I don't know, these people, you know, they try and twist it and say, you know, screw him, what does he know? You know, you can't talk about it. You should just die silently. Or if you don't, you're going to get into a fight with them, because they're behind a wall and they've got microwave weapons. They don't know you at all, but they're going to kill you, you know, because they need to make it appear like they're mad at you for some reason so they can kill you. That's completely nuts. Completely nuts. But that's how they make you look nuts, because it's like, I don't even know that guy. Why would I be shooting microwaves at him? You know, so it's like, it's a whole cycle of stupidity and killing for no reason. I guess this guy has a reason. He's not going to tell anybody. He's not going to tell the people that are helping him. If some people who are helping him do know, they're not going to, you know, reveal it or whatever. But that's about it. Like, I also noticed this. I'm going to go ahead and mention it. Like, a lot of my favorite targeted individuals who made videos, like, I watch their videos and I'm like, man, but there was one guy who made a lot of videos. He made tons of videos, but it was like, every one of them was like a minute, and he was like, okay, I'm making a video, they're hitting me with microwaves right now. Look at my facial movements. It was like, and that was all of his videos. And it was like, he had one informational video where he was putting up aluminum foil and he had made some cool things. But then it was like he made a bunch of videos, and it's just like, you know, 1 minute videos or 5-second videos, and he's like, they're hitting me now. They hit me here. And it's just like, you know, well, my point is that a lot of these guys, and hey, if you're watching this, guys, that have made some videos, they make like 4 videos and they're out. I saw one guy, he made 1 video, didn't see him at all on YouTube, and I don't know what happened to these guys, and it's a lot of targeted individuals. You know, they make 3 videos or 1 video or 4 videos and they're out. And I want to know, like, you guys, what happened to y'all? Did something happen? Did you get in trouble for making them? Did you get heat on you? Because I got heat on me. I got lots of heat, and especially because this guy's ex-military or whatever, you know, they're going to definitely try and cover that up. If he was just a regular guy, I think it'd be a little less intensive, a little bit, you know, there'd be breaks in my torture. But they're ramming me with microwaves. I have to defend myself with everything. But where did you guys go? And I won't mention you by name, you know, and like, I'm not bragging or anything, but I don't think I'm going to stop these videos. They're like the only thing that keep me sane is knowing that I'm like contacting you guys out there. Like, they can do the one lights, or, you know, he can get mad at me for telling the truth. You know, whoever's behind this can be like, oh, we need to stifle that guy. I don't care. It's at a point for me where it's like, and one of the guys, you know, he made a bunch of videos. Okay, there were some people who made a bunch of videos, but it's like his videos kept getting weirder and weirder, and then they weren't about targeted individuals, you know, but his first videos were very informational. And he, you know, one of the guys, he was like, just accept your death, you know, don't be afraid. And it's not about dying. It's not about like saying I'm going to die and accept that. It's about being brave, about like, these guys are going to get mad, they're going to call me crazy, they're going to have hate and say kill him when I make these videos. They're going to judge me making this video. They're going to be like, see, I told you he's crazy or whatever. And it's about me accepting that they're trying to kill me. And I guess that's a better way to say it than accept your death. Don't accept your death, just accept that these guys are trying to kill you, you know, and you're trying to defend your life. Accept the reality of the situation. And I know that's hard to do, because a lot of us go to psychologists and psychiatrists and they tell us to live a normal life, to try and ignore it. That is a good thing to do. I'm just gonna be truthful. To try and ignore it and not make videos and go about your business, they have a lot less to work with. And a lot of them kind of fall off. You'll have your main stalkers hanging on for dear life, trying to kill you. But a lot of the extraneous people, like on the streets, won't get involved because it's no fun. You don't notice it. So I'm going to tell you the truth on that. Like, if I would have done that, gone that route, it probably would be a little bit less intense. You know, I wouldn't have a bunch of people on the streets with one lights. He wouldn't have been able to rile up as many people. But this is worth it, because this stuff is going to keep going on, and it's going to keep going on in our country, in other countries, and people are going to die from it. They're going to be called insane. And just me being called insane in this, I'm not an insane person. Like, I've had Crohn's disease, I've had health issues and stuff. I've smoked pot, which I'm not going to keep saying that. I keep trying to justify myself, but it's such a little thing. And I did it I didn't sit there all day, every day for months smoking blunts or whatever. You know, I'd do a little bit in my little pipe, you know, every once in a while, you know, throughout the day, like medicine. But I justify that because that's the biggest tool they've used to kill me, is that, you know, that he's a drug user or whatever. But I'm going to stop trying to justify that. You know, I'm a good human being. I don't deserve to die. Nobody who smokes a joint deserves to die. But, like, I need to not relate it to that. Like, it's, you know, our cause doesn't need that. It doesn't need me saying, well, I did this, I did this, I did this. Because, like, you know, nobody deserves to be executed in their house by a silent audience in another house while you're called crazy. You know, I mean, I slept from, like, I told y'all, and I'm going to put up another video, and in the other video, I slept from 1 o'clock in the morning to 7:30 at night, and I never do that. And I woke up with my hips, like, sore and burning, and I'm not sure if that was from remote neural monitoring. They were putting pain, like, in my hips, or he was just shooting me with microwave in my hips to get to my genitals. And, you know, my neck and my head were burning. It felt like, you know, felt like I had been in an oven, like a pizza oven or something. You know, parts of my muscles were sore and felt like they had been burnt, and the nerves chafed and stuff like that. So I've suffered a lot, and these people are yelling hateful things at me like, fuck this guy, whatever. You know, it's just, it's like callous, inhumane stuff that doesn't make any sense. I don't even know them. But when I do talk about them and stuff like that, they grab onto that. They're like, look, he's calling me this. You know, they're acting like it's a bar fight or something when it is no fight. They're just shooting stuff and tormenting you, you know. But yeah, those guys that, like, I don't want to name their names, but I love their videos, and I got like so much strength, and I made these videos. I mean, a lot. Like, I mean, 30% of it was seeing those guys making their videos, and I don't want to name their names. I guess I'll name one. I hope he doesn't mind because he's out there, William the Bastard, and he didn't even, like, some of the stuff he said, like William. Like the light, you were talking about light, like how it was the stuff they're hitting you with is light based or something, and I didn't understand it. Maybe I didn't understand it, but some of the stuff, you know, even he's going on and he doesn't even understand some of the technology, but his talks were it was like, man, that's the guy who's experiencing what I'm experiencing, and so like I want him to know that I'm making these videos due to him. You know, and a lot of other people who made videos. I saw one guy though; he was like very well spoken. He had, you know, lots of different, you know, websites, lots of different items, you know, to use for this. And he had a very informational video. He's very cool. One video, then he's gone. So I mean, just you guys who make 1 or 2 videos, and like, oh, the guy that I'm talking about who said 450,000 cases in North America. You know, he made 3 videos, and it was a while back, and now he's gone. And I don't think they're dead or anything, but it's like, why did they stop? Did you guys get too much heat? Did you think people were, you know, because I am too. I'm doing that, but like, it's like, I don't think if I stopped it would help. You know what I'm saying? I think I better go balls to the wall on it. I don't know, you know, but definitely if you have done videos, just 1 or 2, and then you stopped, let me know. Like if you got in trouble for it, or if you just didn't feel like it was helping you, if you thought you could do something better. I don't know. I love these videos that I make, because I do know some stuff. I mean, I'm not a complete retard, but yeah, their kids are playing in their yard and neither of their cars are home. Yeah, like his daughter's playing in his yard and neither of their cars are home. Like, it's just like, it's so obvious. It's stupid. And so at least she's there. I don't know where they go park their cars, but it's like, and I saw him outside one time when his car wasn't there too. Like, it's so cowardly. It's like, if you're gonna kill me, at least have your car there. You know, he's never gonna face me. He's never gonna talk to me. You know, I mean, it's like killing people without talking to them or seeing them. I think their daughter's playing out in the yard and neither of their cars are home. It's like, wow, how obvious is that? I don't want to get it. I'm not gonna get their daughter on tape. Like, I'm not gonna do that stuff. And I expressly told them, and they know that if his wife is, if it looks like just his wife is home, and he's gonna throw her out in front of me to lie. Because she loves him, and she'll probably do that. She's a good person, but he'll throw her into this. And I'm said I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to, you know, I'm not going to go when it looks like it's just her and have her have to lie. I'm not going to make her have to lie. And the kids that are involved in the neighborhood who are thinking that they're doing something cool by stalking, I'm not going to get involved with that. I never call people out on it anyway. I never call people out on it. I just see it and I laugh. You know, I laugh when I see somebody really obvious. I mean, their daughter's playing in the backyard. Both their cars are gone. His truck was gone all night. It's a Tuesday night. Like, what this guy, and it's the guy at the apartment, the old guy in the apartment. He would drive his car somewhere else. He'd come back to the apartment, and he would just, you know, put that EMF up all day. And that's when I didn't have any neutralizers. I didn't even know what was going on. and I was just like dying. My head felt like it was gonna bust. And I went and told the apartment manager, I was like, this guy is like shooting like high-pitched sounds from, and there were 2 closets in the apartment, one at the front and one in your bathroom, near your bathroom, and he would put, like if I was on one side, he'd put it in his closet, he'd slam it down so I could hear it, you know, and so it was really obvious that he was home, he was doing it, you know, he'd turn his faucet on when I'd go into the bathroom, weird psychological stuff like that, but then his car would be gone. So I'd go to the apartment manager, I'd be like, hey, this guy is really weird. He's like doing high-pitched sounds in my apartment. Like, you know, they really hurt. It's like hurt and stuff. And she'd be like, well, his car's not there. He's on a business trip. He's always on business trips. And this guy didn't do anything. Like, he wasn't a businessman. He didn't have a job. Like, this guy doesn't have a job either. And it's like in his fantasy life, he has a job or whatever. That's whatever. Like, I found out later that the apartment manager was married to a guy who worked for Capital City, well, I can't say the business. I won't say the name of the business, but it's a business, and I've done a video about this, where it's a business where they used high-frequency sounds to basically check pipes for rust, check big containers in like industrial businesses. They check it for rust. They check the inside of the containers because you can't go in there. So they use high frequency sounds. They pitch it in there. It sends them, you know, a picture of what's going on in there. So she was married to a guy who worked for that company. So I think that was connected. I think she was connected because the ex-Marine guy that was helping over the apartment. There was a young ex-Marine guy that was helping, and then the old guy who was like doing it to my apartment. And I went in one day and I was like, because I saw the ex-Marine go down to the apartments that I moved to, and I saw him talk to the younger guys upstairs who ended up torturing me downstairs. Like, I saw him talking to them and handing them like equipment. And I told her that. I was like, that guy from down there where they were torturing me, he was on the other side giving them equipment. I watched him do it. I heard the young men talking about it, that he had given them equipment and they were going to do it to me. Like, I heard him talking about it on the balcony. Like, I mean, obvious is the sun is out, you know? And she's like, what guy are you talking about? And I was like, the guy with the gray truck, the ex-Marine who lives above me. And she was like, the old lady, you mean? Who lives across the thing? Oh, you mean the girl who lives across? And she went to every other apartment. She said everybody in every other apartment around there except him. So it's like, at the time, I was so confused and so hurt and so tortured and didn't know what was going on that I was just like, no, you know, thinking that she didn't know, because they just hurt you and confuse you, and then you don't know what's going on. And I actually really liked her. She was married, but I had kind of a crush on her, and like, she was very good at hiding it all. And then towards the end, like, she was a good person, and she really thought I was a bad person because there were tons of lies going on, so she really thought I deserved it. But towards the end, like, we talked, and it was like, it was painful for her. Like, you could just feel it, that she didn't like it, and she was like, man, this sucks. Like, she really, but she couldn't do it. She couldn't say anything. She couldn't tell me, you know, because that would mean, like, a whole lot of people getting in trouble, you know. It's, I mean, that's like, I mean, that's horrible when I think about it, because she really was, like, I felt a connection, not like a sexual connection to her, because she was married, but I felt the connection to her, like, she really did care that I was getting hurt, and she couldn't do anything about it, because it was going on. It was just going on, and nobody could stop it, and it was so stuff that people would get so big to trouble for, that, you know, she couldn't do anything. And that's what people get stuck in this stuff. You know, good people get stuck in it too, so remember that, like, you know, people are lied to and they think you're a criminal, or people say maybe that you're a child molester or a murderer, and they really think they're going after somebody who really is a bad terrorist person. So you gotta remember that, like, and I'll look some people in the eye who I know are stalking me in like supermarkets and stuff, and I don't call them out on it, I don't videotape them, I just look them in the eye. And they back down immediately. Like, there was one lady who was going to run her cart into me at Walmart. Like, I was just walking in there, and she was going to run her cart into me. And I looked over at her, and I just said, I was like, hey. And she just, like, swerved off and was gone. She was like, I could see the look on her face. She kind of looked confused, like, you know, I was the wrong person or something. Another thing to do, now this was supposed to be a really short video because I stayed up all night and I'm probably not making a lot of sense. But looking back at my videos, I do make, I listen to some of my videos and I get motivated. Isn't that, my memory, I guess, is bad or something. But, now what was I saying? Yeah, see? And sometimes just laugh at it. It's so funny. Death is not funny, and some of these people are really violent. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, if you're getting stalked in a vehicle and like they're turning their lights on during the day, or they're doing one light, or hanging their arms out of the car, be creative, you know. Stick your arm out of the car, turn your lights on. I don't know about you doing one light. I haven't done that yet. But it's like, and you think they're wearing colors. Like, I don't think my people wear. I think they wear red sometimes, but that's not. It hasn't been proliferated in my stalking. Put your arm out of the window though. Turn your lights on. You know. So my car is so noticeable because my bumper's all screwed up. There's tape on it. So it's like they probably know when it's me. But if you have a regular looking car and it's not that clear, you know, it's not that clear that it's like you're the guy, put your arm out of the window, you know, turn your lights on so they won't know, you know, so they'll think you're just one of them. Because I think this stuff it's not as concise as they want you to believe, you know. It's people doing it, so you can trick them. You can trick them pretty easy. I guess that's all I want to say. Watch The Running Man. You'll get a kick out of it. If you're being gang stalked, the people that are killing the contestants who they put into the arena, they're called stalkers. They're called stalkers, and people get prizes and money when somebody dies. And I just thought, you know, it's like a circus blow up extreme version of what we go through, you know, and that's why it's funny. That's why it's funny, especially when the guy was like, and the running men can get prizes, you know, you can get a trial by jury. And it's like, you know, because that's unheard of in that society, which is kind of like, dude, I would have paid the fine on smoking some weed or something, but this is like, I've experienced 6 or 7 years of continuous torture, like continuous, not just like torture for an hour a day or something like that, but continuously tortured during my sleep, during my life, like living my life with the torture in my face on, you know, on a daily basis. It's just, I'd watch that movie, get a laugh out of it. And I was kind of being funny last night, but of course the guy was like, he's crazy, you know, he's crazy, because I was like, you're this and you're this, and I was saying all these bad insults about him, just like at a normal level in one of my rooms. And then I was like, and you like to eat fish poo. You like to eat fish poo in your cereal, and then you eat fish poo in your steak at night. And I was going through all of his meals, and I was like, and then you made a sculpture of yourself out of fish poo and wanted to put it by the Washington Monument, but they wouldn't let you. So I was getting a kick out of it. He was like, see, he's crazy, let's kill him. You know, I could hear him on the microwave here and just freaking out. It's like sometimes I think I get to him more than he gets to me. Oh man, I don't know what else to do. You got, like, I've heard a lot of songs and stuff. It's like laugh in the face of death, and you know, you gotta believe God's with you. We gotta have some humor in our life. I mean, these people want you to be in pain. They want you to be very, you know, mean and aggressive, and they want you to be anxious and depressed, you know. So, I mean, you gotta be a real human being. You're not crazy, so you gotta have some fun and laugh, and they'll get mad because they're not getting you. It's like I was thinking the other night, it's like, when I'm not getting hurt, this guy's going nuts, and he's angry, and he's like, gotta get him, and F this and F that, but when he's getting me, when I'm going nuts, and I'm yelling, he's like, see, and he calms down. So it's this weird thing, where it's like this teeter-tottering, like, if he gets me, and he's giving me pain, he's like, okay, alright, we got him, you know, and he's calm and stuff. Dude, I just saw their daughter playing in their yard. Neither of their cars were there. I've seen him in his back letting the dog out when there were no cars there too. Like, it's so obvious, man. And then that's to make me look crazy. It's like, our cars weren't even there, so I can't do anything. Like, right now, if they really hurt me real bad, I couldn't call the police because they're not even there. They're not even there. Their cars aren't there. They won't answer the door. They're hidden in there with microwave weapons shooting them at me. And shooting them right here, down here. And they get through this. Like, he gets through all of this sometimes. Burns my face. Like, because they're not coming in the sides, you know, to get me. And, like, sometimes he gets through this, burns my throat, burns my face, burns my eyes. I think sometimes it's this guy with his stuff on the... I think this guy across the street may have something on the ground that can hit me, because I don't put a lot of shielding in the front. I don't know. I don't know. It's so treacherous that, you know, I have theories. I know I'm being hit with it. You know you're being hit with it. I know this guy's involved over here. I know this house. I know this house. I know all three of these houses are involved. I know kind of which people are involved, but sometimes I don't know where it's coming from because they switch it around. You know, they can see through my walls while I cannot see through their walls. And this guy's giving me a choice of, you know, either die in your home by microwaves and try and defend yourself, or move out of your house and we'll chase you on the streets, we'll chase you in the interim wherever you're going, and remotely hit you, and then if you end up at a place, we will have a network around you there, or they'll just hit me remotely. They'll learn from their mistakes. You know, I'm hoping maybe sometime in the future, and I don't know how this is going to go. I don't know how this is going to turn out. I don't. Like, I really don't. And I don't know if I care anymore. I've got peace. I've got some kind of peace. It's hard to be tortured 24 hours a day. I do stop him. Like, the neutralizers are good, but it's just like he's got a big house to move it all around. They only have 100 feet. God, call from your 8 a.m. Okay, I just got a message from my mom. She was messaging me all day yesterday. Call me. She probably needed me to help her at work, but I was like, I was dead. I mean, I was laying in my enclosure all day from 1 o'clock in the morning to 7:30, and it was I'd have dreams about this guy at his window shooting microwaves at me. I know they can mess with your dreams sometimes, but I don't think it was that. I think it was just hearing the microwave hearing and having a dream that kind of connected with it. God, it's horrible. This is the worst night of sleep I've ever had in like 5 years. Like, the most nightmarish, painful. My hips, like, they kept hitting me in the hips, and I don't know if they do that by remote neural monitoring or by just shooting the microwaves down remotely. But dude, it was like hurting my hips so bad that I'd have to, like, and I'd move over and it'd stop, but then he'd get it going again on the other hip. And that's the most, oh God, and I'm saying that's the most painful, so he's probably going to do it a bunch now. That's the negative thing about videos. Like, you're giving them information. They're looking for information. They're surveilling you. They're trying to learn everything about you, which they learn nothing about a human being. If you know you're being surveilled, and these people, you know, they learn nothing about who you really are. They may learn about, like, your weaknesses or whatever. And it's like, I'll be watching a movie and I'll cry. Like, because it's like a river runs through it. It was about two brothers and their dad, and like I have a brother and a dad, and it was just a lot of this stuff. It was kind of like, man, I was like, oh, you know, I miss my brother, I miss my dad, and you know, I'd cry at certain parts, like little cries, not like sobbing or anything, but you know, then I immediately hear on microwave hearing, he's crazy. Look, he's crazy. He's crying, and it's like, so. Like, I've cried less. Like, it's hard for me, like, on this video, if I was not being stalked and I was talking about stuff like this, I would probably be crying a lot more, but I've been conditioned not to cry. Like, there's certain times when I'm talking to my dad and my brother, my brother's bawling because it's serious stuff with my dad, and it's like, I hear the microwave hearing, and they're hitting me with the microwaves, and I'm like, I can't cry right now. I'm like, I should have, you know, emotions about this, but they're pulling me away. You know, they're pulling my focus away. That sucks. It sucks because it's in very private. They do it in very private moments with my family, and this guy just doesn't care. Like, he's just like, he's not even human. He's crazy. We've seen that before. It's just, that is a recipe for atrocity and piles of dead bodies. We all know it. Like, so we do have to fight, and I've been pulled into this. Like, I didn't do anything to anybody, and like at the apartment, what happened was, and I've gone through the whole thing, and I'll go through it again. Like, I put out some of the same information a lot because I want to get people to the site. And that's another thing. I think I told y'all I'm going to start putting target individual organized gang stalking in the title by what I do, so more people will come. Because that's my whole, like, now my objective is just to get numbers there, to get numbers to my site, not to make money or anything like that, but to get the information out. And it may be people who aren't TIs, who aren't being stalked, that can help us, you know. So I really do, like, if I'm going to make the videos, I want to make the best of it, and I want to get as many people as I can watching them. You guys comment, make your own videos, you know, it's rewarding. It's rewarding in this situation where it's so sorrowful, and it's very tragic that this is happening in our country and just to people in general like us. But I guess I've got to use it as much as I can to stop it and put information out. And to give people hope, because this is a hopeless situation. And like, so I hope I do that. I hope I do that. You eat fish poo. So I was loud making myself laugh. And he's so mad about it. I mean, but he started torturing me. He was torturing me for 3 months in this house without me even knowing it. Like, I was so tired and I couldn't even get out of bed. And sometimes I'd watch the computer, and like the people on the computer talking would sound like they had a ringing to their voice. And so he was like doing this EMF to me, and I was like, oh, well, that's just from the apartment, you know, that's just leftover, what's it called, leftover tinnitus from that. And so he was torturing me for 3 months without me even knowing him. And so, like, I say this stuff now after 2.5 years of him trying to kill me. And he tries to make it like, you know, I started all this like a bar fight or something, and I'm crazy, and I deserve it. It's ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. I don't recognize him. I don't recognize his anger. He's a terrorist. He's trying to kill somebody and like organize people. And the person's not bad. Like, I'm not bad. I'm not dangerous. So I don't recognize his anger or him saying like F you or whatever. Or the microwave hearing that's coming into my private home. It's not part of the law. It's not part of any kind of authority. It's not a neighborhood watch. They can't have microwave weapons. It's ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. But yeah, I was making myself laugh. I was like, and what you do, this is how you make me feel. You get like a bunch of kids, and then you show them kittens, and you say you're going to get to pet the kittens, but then you rub fish poo on the kittens, and you put them in a bag, and then you put rocks in the bag, and then you put raccoon feces in the bag, and then you put zebra pee-pee in the bag, and then you put fish poo in there, and you shake it all up, and you hit the kids with the bag. And I was like, that's how you make me feel. That's how you make me feel. I did a lot of stuff with fish poo. That's how I joke. I get on one thing, and I'll just keep doing that one thing over and over again. And I'd say some serious stuff. I'd be like, you know, I can't believe this is going on in America. It's like, you know, my mom said never kick somebody when they're down, and y'all are killing people when they're down. And I'd be like, and you can't make a cereal out of straight fish poo. It's like, the FDA is not going to let you do that. And, you know, you're not going to be able to get those costumes for kids of a fish eating its own poo while it's pooping. I was like, you're not going to be able to get those to sell. Like, that was funny. I wanted to share that with somebody because I probably won't be able to share it with anybody else but y'all. Which y'all are a lot of people. So it's good to share it with y'all. I got a lot of views. I got like almost 7,000 views now. I want more. I want like 20,000 views. I want tons of people. I'm going to make tons of videos because I'm in it now. I'm in it neck deep. I was going to say something else. I'm not, like right now I'm okay, so I'm kind of enjoying it, I guess. A little bit too much probably. You know, I should act like I'm sadder so they don't hit me as hard. But talking to y'all, like, it makes me happy. Not happy, but makes it feel like this means something, because it doesn't mean anything when you're alone and you're getting hit. And that's what I was really feeling the other night. Like, I wanted to make a video where I told you guys you're not alone. Like, you're not alone. If you think you're alone, there are so many other people in this nation, in this world, who are experiencing this. You're not alone. Like, you're not alone. But I was gonna cry when I said it, because I was feeling so much emotion, and I just I don't know what I had just done. I think I had just hung out with my mom and my grandma and my aunt, and I was just really feeling it. I think I had just texted my dad. He got a text from him or something. And I was gonna cry, and so I like looked at the phone. I was gonna make the video, but then it's like I could hear the microwave here, and they were sharpening their claws, getting ready, and I was like, I'm just gonna put it down. I shouldn't do that. I should document it all. Like, I should document everything, no matter what they're doing. I wish you could hear the microwave hearing, on video and stuff like that. I mean, I guess it wouldn't be effective if you could. We're gonna find ways. We're gonna find ways to prove this stuff. I mean, frequency identifiers. I'm still gonna try the blacklight with the flower. I just don't have any money to buy it right now. There's ways to do this, guys, and it's been banned. These weapons have been banned in certain countries. They've been banned, and they aren't used. Like, because these weapons do flow from a corrupt part, like a very small corrupt part of some authority figures. So if they're banned, that stops. That stops. The flow from the top stops. The military would have to ban them. So it's happening in certain countries, and so that means it can happen for us. If it can happen for Russia, then America can do this. We can regain our freedom. These people don't care about our freedom. This guy does not care about freedom at all. And it sucks, because he is ex-military, so it's like, apparently, he's getting a lot of military guys, and I'm just guessing at this. Like, they just seem like it, because a lot of them seem militant. They have a certain kind of haircut. They're wearing, like, camouflage and stuff like that. Some of the stalkers in the cars. So I'm just guessing I'm, like, insulting the military or whatever, but I love the military. They fight for our freedom. I love authority figures. They fight for our lives. These are just the corrupt part that are killing people in their homes. That's the only people that I'm upset about or have any beef with. And they created that beef. I didn't want to even know them. But now we're here, so I can't whine and complain about not wanting to know this guy and just live my own life, because he's not going to allow me to do it. He's just not. He's aggressive. He's a rapist. He's going to go for it. He's like, he doesn't care about anybody. Sad. Anyway, now I'm at an hour, so I'm going to say, live long and prosper, guys. I really love you. Believe in God. Believe in the Holy Spirit. He's gotten me through this. Sometimes, like, I've had nights, like I said, last night it was a hell night. I had some real bad nightmares. It was kind of the worst night of it in a long time. But then you wake up, you get moving around, and it's a little bit better. Just defend yourselves. And right now it's okay. So it's like I have some times of peace. You got to take those times and do what you can. Make videos, write a book about it. If you don't want to do videos and get in trouble that way, keep a journal. I would really say, do keep some kind of document of it. Keep a record of it, because we're going to need that. That's going to be very useful, from everybody. A record of this is going to help you, and it's going to help people who are going through this. It's going to help our cause, because if you don't have a record, then you're like, you give your story, and you're like, okay, well, this happened, and you gloss over stuff. You do a quick snapshot of what happened, and it's not everything. But if somebody has a record and details of it, then it makes you more plausible. It makes the story more real, and we need that, because this is invisible microwaves that they're shooting at us. So we're gonna be like, oh, well, this guy's shooting a microwave at me. Microwave signal, EMF, ELF from a remote station, a satellite. So we need details to back that up, because if you just say that, nobody's going to believe you. Nobody's going to believe you. They're going to be like, that sounds crazy. But if you have details of this night it felt like this night it felt like this, I had emitters this night and it stopped at here, you know, it makes it real and it makes you seem less crazy. It's all in the positive direction the more information you get on it. Because they're trying to get it, I guess somebody's trying to get information from it and learn how these weapons affect people. I don't know if that's part of it, or it's just population control, or it's just not population, but trying to control society in a certain way. I don't know. I don't know the big score. I don't know if this guy even knows it. We're probably all being used. We're all losers in this. Like, we're all, you can't, nobody can really win, you know, when there are microwave weapons killing people in their neighborhoods of people, participating in gang stalking. I mean, you can survive it and you can do good things with it, but it's not like you can be a winner, like you can be like Rocky wins against the Russian. It's a clear win. It's going to be weird and it's going to be complicated, you know, but you can win by getting information out, doing the right thing, keeping yourself, you know. It's not going to be a big party, ticker tape parade probably for us guys. I love you guys. I'm going to go ahead and shut the video off. I like talking to the video camera, and I think God has a lot to do with that, because I'll sit and watch movies. I don't really have a lot to say usually, but when I start doing these videos, I'm like, oh yeah, and this, oh yeah, and this, and maybe you don't think that you'd be good at this, and I didn't think I'd be good at this. I was nervous. I was like, I'm not going to be able to speak clearly. I'm going to forget what I'm talking, and I do a lot. I forget words. I'm like, oh, and that word, you know, but who cares? You know what I'm saying? As long as you get the information out, you're a champ, you know? We're all champions. You can't make a cereal just made out of fish poo. It's not gonna, the FDA is just not going to support that. It does not have essential vitamins and nutrients. You can't get it out there on the market. Kids won't like it. Oh man. And I was like, and then I go, and you show kids something that looks like a pony and you tell them they're going to get to ride it, and then once they get up to it, it's just like a pony shape but made out of fish poo, and then you take little parts of it and you slap it in their faces and they cry, and then you take their tears and you make water balloons with it, with raccoon pee-pee, and then you throw it at them and they cry some more. I was like, that's what you're like. It's funny to me, so I don't know. Alright, I love you guys. I will make more videos, and I'll talk to you guys later. Live long and prosper, and God bless you all. By the blood of Jesus Christ, let these videos help people, and you know, let people you know, see your power. The Holy Spirit's in them, and give them a way to defend themselves and not hurt all the time. Let them enjoy their moments of peace when they have them, and let them know that they're not crazy. What these people say is not true, you know, about us, and to just go forward, and let's fight this thing. And you're giving us all the help that we need. Thank you, God. And I'm just going to end this video on that. I love you guys. Stay sharp, stay focused, and stay out of trouble. Stay out of pain as much as possible. Leave your comments below. I love comments. Please, the people who made a couple videos and went away, if you are a person like that, tell me what happened or why, or I guess you don't have to if it's something personal. But I'm very curious about that, because like a bunch of people, they made some really good videos, and it's like I know a lot of people got help from them, but then they just disappeared, and it's like I know it's probably a personal choice. It was like, am I getting to people out there? Is it going to be better for me if I stop making the videos? And it is. It's a hard choice. For me, it's worth it. For some people, it may not be worth it. It's all about your individual situation and your individual survival. So pray about it, think about it, leave comments, contact me on email. If you have something that you want to talk about and you don't want to make a video because you're embarrassed or something like that, I'll talk about it, you know. I'll talk about the self-pleasuring. I know it's different for girls. So I kind of just realized that a while back. I was like, I'm saying keep doing it, but if you're a girl and 70% of the victims are, and it's a bunch of guys, gang stalking you, microwave hearing, microwaves, and, trying to arouse you to get that kind of stuff, then that's not smart to keep doing that if you do it. I know that's an area that's very, hush-hush. But we need to talk about it because that's 70% of women, and they're being raped by microwaves. Like, they rape me with microwaves, but I'm a guy, so they kind of get away with it. And then I do still self-pleasure. But if you're a girl and it's a bunch of guys around you trying to murder you, it's probably not a good idea because they're gonna, use that or whatever. I don't know. That's a subject that I need to think a little bit about more. And I'm not a girl, so I don't want to go there and offend anybody. I love you guys. Peace out before I say anything else. Stupid. Like, but 70% of us targeted individuals are women, and they're getting raped in their homes and drugged in their homes, so it's a lot. My situation is serious in some aspects, but they're not coming in my home and raping me. So it's like, everybody's situation is different. This stuff can get gross. It can get dark. Leave your comments. Tell me if you want me to talk about something that you just don't want to. I don't know. You guys know the score. Just leave your comments. Communicate with me. Let's do this. Let's figure out some ways. I think we can get in contact with some senators. Let's get these weapons banned. Let's think of a way to do it. Send the information out. You can't stop the signal. Alright guys, I love you. Peace out. More videos come. And don't eat fish poo. Don't eat it. Don't eat fish poo. I watched a river runs through it, and so I was thinking about fish. And it's just like, you can't. At first, he started eating it with the cereal, like he'd mix it in with regular cereals. But then he tried to make it to where it was just fish poo with milk. You can't. It's bad. Alright, I love you guys.